सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. Today I will give you the summary of the 6th chapter titled Dhyana Yoga. This 6th chapter dealt with one of the most important topic, that is the entire spiritual discipline in the form of meditation. Meditation is a type of discipline. Not only a discipline, one of the most important discipline for a spiritual seeker. Meditation is of twofold. Two types of meditations are twofold we can take. Meditation to be practiced before coming to the study of scriptures is a type of meditation. Before coming to scriptural study, one has to complete the upasana or meditation called preparatory meditation. That is one type. That meditation prepares the mind, qualifies the mind to study the scriptures. And that study will be meaningful and that person can understand thoroughly. If a person comes with the meditation practice, having done long time and study scriptures, that person is able to grasp the teaching very easily, assimilate the teaching also. This is one type of meditation. Then, in that meditation, first meditation, varieties of upasanas one has to practice. In the first type of meditation, one has to practice varieties of upasanas, saguna upasanas. Saguna Ishvara Dhyanam, one must have completed an artham. After that, when he does Shravanam, he is able to understand the Nirgunam Brahman. That Guru Upadesha, he can understand that Guru Upadesha, which Guru talks about the Nirguna Brahman. Suppose a person come to scriptural study, like a backdoor entry, madre, without any meditation, without any Saguna Ishvara Dhyanam, without any mantra japa, without any upasana, without any puja anushtanam or anything, theriyave theriyadu. Suppose a person come to the Vedanta classes. Shastra says that person can listen to Shastra, he may receive the teaching, he understands also what is Mahavakya, what is scriptures are talking, because Guru repeatedly saying the same teaching, he may understand the teaching, he get lot of information, but he cannot own up, he cannot claim himself as Brahman. Okay, Shastra says, Krishna Paramatma says, even he listen or she listen also, they cannot assimilate the teaching, they cannot make it a fact or a conviction The teaching can never become a convinced fact for them because of lack of meditation before coming to Shastra. In spite of repeated length of time listening, also it won't work. Therefore, second way of meditation is, after coming to Shastra, after listening to Shastra, if he is lacking that previous upasana or meditation, preparatory meditation, doesn't matter, he can practice here also meditation. By listening to the Shastra, he can do abhyasa of that meditation that is called nididhyasana dhyanam, a type of contemplation. His learning is like an example. Without meditation, a person come and listen to Shastra, the teaching and his personality will be different. Like oil and water, they cannot mix. And the person may praise, admire the teaching and the teacher also. Wonderful teacher, wonderful teaching, wonderful scriptures, all those he may praise. He may admire or she may admire. But Tadatmyam won't come. It's like a water and oil மாதிரி. இப்போ நம்ம knowledge water oil மாதிரி இருக்கணுமா, இல்லை we have to claim the teaching, the benefit, ஞான பலம். If we want the ஞான பலம், we have to follow the disciplines prescribed by the Shastra. Inevitable. எனக்கு பிடிக்கும், எனக்கு பிடிக்காது, எனக்கு பண்ண முடியும், எனக்கு பண்ண முடியாது, no question, no choice. If I want that gnana phalam, the prayojanam, complete prayojanam, whatever the prescription given by the Lord Krishna or Shastra, Shruti, Smriti, one has to follow. No choice. Therefore, Lord Krishna is giving in this 6th chapter, meditation should be done. This nididhyasana type of meditation should be followed by a Vedantic seeker. So we remember this chapter is called not preparatory meditation, not Saguna Ishvara Dhyanam, but this is Nirguna Ishvara Dhyanam. This is called Nididhyasanam. This is called contemplation meditation. This is called Vedantic meditation. How to practice? We can call it as Samadhi Abhyasa. This Samadhi Abhyasa, Nididhyasanam can be two types. Vidyaranya says in Panchadashi, Samadhi Abhyasa, Atma Abhyasa. Nididhyasanam can be two types. Brahma Abhyasa or Atma Abhyasa or Samadhi Abhyasa. Reliving in the teaching, abiding in the teaching, remembering the teaching. Whatever is already received from my Guru, I have to repeatedly masticate, munch the whole teaching. That is the Nididhyasanam. It can be called as Atmadhyanam. To do Atmadhyanam, you require 2nd chapter, 3rd chapter, 4th chapter, 5th chapter study thoroughly. Then only you can do Nididhyasanam. Without the study of those chapters, what Atmadhyana you can do? I should know Atma Nityaha, Ekaha, Muktaha, Aprameha, Swaprakashaha, Avyayaha, Ekaha, Puratanaha, Sanatanaha. I should know all these definitions of that Atma. Then I can meditate that Atma, Ahamasmi. So therefore, the teaching will work if I follow the methods or steps systematically. One has to be genuinely, honestly practice those disciplines. Okay? We should not feel bad. Many times when we are listening these statements from Shastra, we feel bad, we feel guilt also, guilty. We need not feel guilty, we need not feel bad. Doesn't matter, let me start now. Let me start now all the prescriptions given by Shastra. So now, dwelling in the teaching, one can become Jnana Nishthaha. Jnana Nishthaha means what? An accomplished person anartham. In that Atma Jnanam, he is an accomplished person. Krita Krityaha ityarthaha. 3 statements to be noted. What are those 3 statements we have to note? Why it is called Atma Dhyanam? In the basic steps, preparatory meditations are called Upasana, Saguna Ishvara Dhyanam. This chapter is talking about the Nididhyasanam, Nirguna Brahma Jnanam, Dhyanam, Nirguna Ishvara Dhyanam, nothing but Atma Dhyanam, because Atma is happened to be the Nirgunam Brahma, I myself. Therefore, Atma Dhyanam is equal to Nirguna Brahma, Ishvara Dhyanam is equal to Aham Brahmasmi Dhyanam. அதனால இந்த சாப்டர் படிக்கணும், இந்த சாப்டர் புரியணும்னா அந்த 4 சாப்டர்ஸ் தரோவா இருக்கணும் ஸ்டூடெண்ட். அதுக்கு தான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கோர்ஸு, செகண்ட் கோர்ஸு, தேர்ட் கோர்ஸு பகவத்கீதா. புரியுறது? ஓகே. What are the 3 statements? Upasana gives Jnana Yogyata. Preparatory meditations, Saguna Ishvara Dhyanam gives Jnana Yogyata. Jnana Yogyata. Then Shravanam, listening to Shastra from a competent teacher for a length of time, gives Jnanam, self-knowledge. Upasana gives Jnana Yogyata, it qualifies me to get Jnanam. Shravanam, listening, consistent, systematic study of Vedantic scriptures under a competent, alive teacher for a length of time is called Shravanam. Such Shravanam gives Jnanam, self-knowledge. Aham Atma asmi, aham dehaha na asmi, aham manaha na asmi, buddhihi na asmi. Aham Atma asmi. Jnanam will come. Then this Nididhyasanam gives what? Jnana Nishtha. Jnana Nishtha. Conviction. This Nididhyasanam gives Jnana Nishtha. So Dhyanam is commonly used for preparatory meditations also, for Nididhyasanam also. Dhyanam word is commonly used, Upasana Dhyanam as well as Nididhyasana. For that, this Dhyana Yoga is the name given to Nididhyasana, 6th chapter. Now. Clear? Clear. Now, Krishna is giving that different topics in this chapter. Krishna, Lord Krishna, who is Krishna? Lord Krishna, Parthasarathi, who is the Guru of Jagat Guru here in this Bhagavad Gita, who is giving the teaching, Lord Krishna, thought that we have already received 2nd chapter, 3rd chapter, 4th chapter, 5th chapter teaching thoroughly. Therefore, with that confidence, he is starting the 6th chapter. So first what? To study 6th chapter, according to Krishna, we must be thorough in those chapters. Then only we are doing justice to the Krishna's teaching of 6th chapter. Illiyo? First lesson, second lesson, third lesson, fourth lesson படிக்காமலே கிளாஸ்ல வந்து உட்கார்ந்து டீச்சர் முன்னாடி attending the 6th lesson எப்படி இருக்கும்? Suppose teacher is teaching 6th lesson. Teacher thought that you might have completed previous lessons thoroughly so that you can grasp the 6th lesson. Or we have to ask the teacher, Because of my father's transfer here and there, I have joined very late in this school. Please give me at least the brief, the essence, summary of those previous chapters. I couldn't attend your classes. Please teach me. Therefore, what teacher says? Teacher is not having cassette, those schools. So I say, listen to the cassettes. Or attend where I am taking the second chapter. You can attend there. I am taking second chapter in Mylapore. If anybody feel bad, cassette listening is secondary. But straight from the Guru, if you want, listen second chapter, I am taking in Mylapore. The highest essence of the teaching now. Then you can pick up second, third, fourth, fifth will come there. Okay? Or cassettes. If you are not able to attend, you can take cassettes. You must be thorough. So then only you can do justice to the Krishna's teaching. No? Now, you'll see what are the topics he gives here. First topic is Bahiranga Sadhanani. We can divide the topics into 6 topics. The first topic is Bahiranga Sadhanani, general disciplines. Topic number 1. General disciplines or Bahiranga Sadhanani should be observed by a person throughout the day. Number 2, the second topic is called Antaranga Sadhanani. The disciplines to be followed just before the meditation. Disciplines to be followed just before the meditation is called Antaranga Sadhanani. Third topic is actual process of meditation, Dhyana Swarupam. Whenever Krishna says Dhyanam, we have to apply Nididhyasana Bahiranga Dhyanam, Nididhyasana Antaranga Dhyanam, Nididhyasana Purvaka Dhyana Swarupam. Then fourth topic is Nididhyasana Phalam. Nididhyasana Dhyana Phalam. That's why better to write everywhere Nididhyasana Dhyana Phalam. Then Nididhyasana Dhyana Vijnani Dhyana Pratibandhaha. Vijnani means Pratibandhaha and Pariharaha. The obstacles in that meditation and their remedies. Pariharaha means remedies. Fifth topic is Lord Krishna discuss about the obstacles are possible in the meditation and what are the remedies for that obstacles. The sixth topic is final topic, Yoga Bhrashta, the future life of an unsuccessful seeker. Future life of an unsuccessful seeker. Now, brief note on each topic. Okay, this is summary note, brief note. The first topic from first shloka onwards up to 9th shloka and 16th and 17th shloka. All these put together one topic, first topic. 1 to 9 and 16, 17 slokas. What are the topics he discussed here? First topic is topic. Bahiranga sadhanasla, what are the topics? First topic la enna topic discuss pannittarna? Karma yoga. Karma yoga. In the 4th shloka, I highlighted that Karma yoga. Aru rukshor munir yogam. From there, yada indriyartheshu na karmasu anushajjate is called Karma yoga. Sarva sankalpa sannyasi yoga rudhastha uchyate. Then the 5th shloka also, Uddhared Atmanatmanam. these slokas, he has discussed about karma yoga. What is karma yoga? He said, perform actions and surrender to God. Krishna is Krishnarpanamastu, Shivarpanamastu. Surrender to God. Offer all your actions to the Lord. Karma phalam also offer to the Lord. I pray every day and I ask, oh Lord, give me strength to face the failure. I don't ask for success. என்ன பகவான் கையில கிடையாது நமக்கு சக்சஸ் கொடுக்கிறதுக்கு. ஏன்? Because how I have performed the action, the success depends on that performance. Not writing exam properly and I want to get success, full marks. Bhagavan, you must give. How Bhagavan can give? If I give a white paper to the teacher and I want to get success, how is it possible? Not possible. Therefore, Bhagavan also cannot change your success. Then why prayer? Prayer is meant to get strength, inner strength, mental strength to face the failure. Result may come, either pleasant result or unpleasant, favorable or unfavorable, according to my performance. This type of prayer is called karma yoga. I ask only for strength, mental strength. Then the second topic he discussed is self-effort. Purusha prayatnam. Uddhared atmanatmanam. You are the master to your life. Take charge of your life. Atmanam na avasadayet. Second topic, third topic is self-confidence. Atma Vishwasam. Confidence. Atma Vishwasam. Inga Atma na Sachidananda Atma illa. Atma Vishwasam Mana Vishwasam. That Vishwasam I have to develop. That sixth shloka, he says that word, Bandhuratmat manastasya enatmai vatmana jitaha. Who control his mind, who master his mind is a bandhu, good relative to him, a friend to him, whose mind is disciplined, that mind is friend to him. Indisciplined mind, the person whose mind is not disciplined or is not master of his mind is ripuhu. His mind alone is his phone, enemy. Therefore, your mind alone is your friend. Controlled, disciplined mind is your friend. Uncontrolled, indisciplined mind is your enemy. Therefore, Arjuna, take charge of yourself. Never blame others. Be optimistic. Self-confidence means be optimistic. Atma vartate atma eva shatruvat. If you don't train the mind properly, shatruvat, it behaves. Then the fourth topic is self-discipline. Self-confidence is over. Now, self-discipline, may you not have a divided personality or split personality. May you have integration. Manasyekam, karmaniekam, vachasyekam, mahatmanaha. Manasi anyat, vachasi anyat, karmani anyat, duratmanaha. Be one-pointed. Have only integration. Never have any split personality. Self-integration. Let my manasa, vacha, karmana, I have to integrate my personality. So, if I don't take care of my mind, the discipline, what will happen? The first person to break my personality is myself, not other person. Split personality is because of my own mind. not by any family member, not any other friend. It's very, very important. No? We never accept ourselves the cause for our disturbance. So Shastra, Krishna Paramatma says, you are responsible to your life. You have to assimilate that. You are your friend. And then finally he concludes. In 16th and 17th shloka, what he said in the first topic, mitatvam, moderation in everything which is legitimate, allowed by scriptures, Shastra. Moderation, limit in everything is golden means, they say. Limit in everything is golden means. Edume amritam kuda vishamda. If you take extra one drop more, isn't it? So therefore, what are all things he said? Limitation, moderation, aharam, yuktahara viharasya, yukta cheshtasya karmasu, yukta swapnama bodhasya yogo bhavati dukkhaha. Nidra, next. Moderately you sleep. Yuktahara, vihara means activities. Yukta cheshta means activities also. We moderate, limited. All these things one has to follow. These are the Bahiranga sadhanani followed throughout the day by that person. Then next topic from 10th shloka onwards up to 15th shloka, Antaranga sadhanani. 10th to 15th shloka. What are all points he gives here? These Antaranga sadhanani to be followed at the time of meditation. We can classify them as external and internal. The same Antaranga sadhanani you can classify are external. Some of them are external preparation. Some of them are internal preparation. What are they? Number one, Desha Sthiti. What type of place you have to sit in meditation? I said Brahmabhyasa Samadhi. Samadhi two types. Brahmabhyasa Samadhi. Samadhi Abhyasa, Nididhyasana two types. Brahmabhyasa, Pashyan Srunman Sprishan Jigran. Whatever you are doing, walking, talking, and all the time you remember the teaching. The Samadhi Abhyasa in the 6th chapter, you have to do meditation upon the teaching. Your choice. I can do while walking, while talking, while moving, also Nididhyasana, wonderful. If you want to sit purposefully and do meditation, you can sit and do Nididhyasana. Your choice. Both also you can do. Not compulsory. But one you have to practice. Either this or that. Okay? Sitting liye namakku kashtam irukku. Moving lo enna vara poradhu? Am brahmasmiya varum. So, he says, Shuchau deshe pratisthapya. Clean place. 11th shloka he says, Shuchau deshe pratisthapya. Clean place, neat, not too high, not too low, not ati uchritam, na ati neecham. Chaila ajina kushottaram. Asanam. Proper asana means a seat. They have to keep a small silken cloth nicely, cushion bed madri, a soft seat you have to arrange. That is proper seat. Then sharira sthiti, samam kaya shiro grivam, tatraikagram manah kritva. 12th and 13. Samam kaya shiro grivam. Keep your body erect, straight, and close your eyes. Indriyani samyamya. This is about the Sharira Sthiti. See, Sharira Sthiti over. Then Kala Sthiti. Lord Krishna has not mentioned the Kala Sthiti here. You have to supply. What is the best time? In the early morning is the best time. If not, whenever your mind is qualitatively available. Relaxed. Whenever your mind is relaxed, that is the right time. Then 5th point, proper breathing, pranayama. 10 minutes deep breathing you can do. Whenever your mind is disturbed, 10 minutes deep breathing if you do, that he has mentioned not here, 6th chapter. 5th chapter, there he has mentioned 27th shloka. Bhagavan has mentioned sparshan krutva bahirbahyan chakshushchaivantre bhruvoh pranapanau samo krutva nasabhyantara charinau. Ange start pannitar pranayamam. And then this is about pranasthiti. Then comes manasthiti. Tatraikagram manah kritva. That's a conviction and willpower will help in withdrawing the mind. Conviction should be there. Willpower should be there. Not doing meditation 2 days, 3 days or 4 days, 1 month, afterwards left. Constantly, regularly I have to do. Sincere. Then only it will give phalam. So manasthiti. Then comes indriya sthiti. In 12th and 13th shloka, indriya sthiti has given. Then 8th point is buddhi sthiti. In 14th shloka, he has pointed out that prashantatma vigatabhihi buddhi sthiti has given here. With this, antaranga sadhanani are over. Second topic is over. Then the third topic comes dhyana swarupam. The nature of meditation. Fixing the mind on one particular object. Vijatiya pratyaya anantarita sajateya pratyaya pravahaha dhyanam. Patanjali says, Vijatiya pratyaya means dissimilar thoughts you avoid. When you have chosen a particular deity to meditate upon as object, symbol, you have to focus on that devata only. Here what? Atma Chintanam. I am not the body, I am not the mind, this whole world is anatma, body is anatma, made up of matter. It is blood, flesh and bones only. This Sukshma Shariram, Sthula Shariram, I am not. Mano Buddhi Hankara Chittani Naham. So my mind has to be focused on Nitya Atma, Brahma Satyam, Jagan Mithya, Jivo Brahmaiva Naparaha. All these things should come. So it should not go, a dissimilar thought should not come. Here doing meditation and Atma Chintanam and something coming in the mind. Adi Vijatiya Maidam. Vijatiya pratyaya anantarita, without that. Sajatiya, same similar thought I have to continue again and again. If mind goes towards anatma, again bring towards atma. Again it goes towards anatma, family members, body, or mind, or emotional problems, or physical problems, or intellectual problems, anatma. The Nirvana Shatkam is the Nididhyasana Shatkam. So that meditation one has to follow. Aham asangaha atma asmi. The second chapter very important. Aham asangaha atma asmi. Shantaha asmi. I am peace. I am detached, untainted. I am all pervading. Sarvagataha. I am eternal. I have no death at all. I am immortal. Body is mortal. All this I have to repeat it. Another dhyanam panna mudiyu idella puriyilenna. So I have to remember all these things. Aprameyaha, swaprakashaha, all these things I have to meditate upon. This is called dhyana swarupam. How much time? Kalam, how much time I have to do? Minimum 10 minutes, maximum 20 minutes. When? Once in a week? Regular, daily. Once in a week only we are eating, or daily we are eating? Daily. 4 times, 3 times we are eating. But dhyana matra time illa Swamini anna. Adepadi dhyanam pannanam. Minimum 2 times I have to do dhyanam every day. Then dhyana swarupam over. In 24, 25 and 26 he has given Shanai Shanairu Paramet Buddhya Dhruti Grihitaya. We can divide this topic. Dhyana Swarupam 18 to 26. And the last 24, 25, 26 he highlights. Swarupam eppadina. Shanai Shanairuparamid Buddhya Dhriti Grihitaya Atma Samstham Manah Kritva Nakinchidapi Chintayet. Don't think about anything other than Atma. Shanaihi Uparamed Buddhi. All these sense organs you slowly withdraw. He says in the 24, 25, 26, you see. Yato nischarati manaschanchalam asthiram tatastato niyamyaitat atmanyeva vasham nayet. Wherever it goes, mind, bring back. Wherever it goes, bring back. Yataha nischarati. 25th shlokalo Shanairu Parame. Nakinchidapi chintayet. Don't think about anything other than Atma. Swamini, it is coming now. Anatma only comes in the mind. My son thought will come, daughter thought will come, husband thought will come, servant thought will come, driver thought will come, house thought will come. So many thoughts will come. Uparamed. Dhriti grihitayana. With your willpower you have to withdraw. Uparamed. Kashtanda enna sulabhama enna dhyanam pandrathu. Kashtanda analu pannu nu solraru. Then from 27th to 27th to 32, Dhyana Phalam, Nididhyasana Dhyana Phalam. Prashanta Manasam Henam, Vandachu, Prashanta Manas. Nimmadi illamale poyidhu Swamini. Nu solrama illaiyo. Krishna Paramatma, if you want nimmadi, come on, start Nididhyasanam. Well, alaga solli kudikkiraare Bhagavan. Simply we go on complaining. Nimmadi illa, manasu kalachala irukka, kashtamā irukka, disturbance irukka. Edhukku idella em pandravana, avar sonnadu practice pannamale worrying about the problem. Sadhana panni paar. Just like that, I am feeling hungry anna. There is a food in front of you, served in on the plate. I am feeling hungry, hey, eat first. No, I am feeling hungry. Nobody. Funny, Krishna Paramatma is looking at us and laughing. I have given nicely beautiful design, practice, everything. Why these people are worrying, I do not know. They are happily managing somehow to worry. I gave this much nice practice. Why can't they practice? So in spite of saying always I have problem, I have worry, I have problem. And the vaarthai vaayilandi varamale namu korchukonu first. Probleme ille. I have no problem. Let me do sadhana. Every day read these slokas and apply into your life every step. See where there is worry now. No problem, no worry at all. In these slokas, what are the phalams he gets? Atyantika sukham, number 1. Absolute happiness. Total relaxation of the mind. Purnatvam. Shantihi, he attains. Brahma bhutam akalmasham. And ragadvesha atitaha bhavati. He is free from attachment and hatred. These two are only the cause for problem generally. So, and too much of likes and dislikes, all will be reduced. Intensity, FIR, frequency of anger, frequency of restlessness, frequency of hatred, jealousy, guilt, hurt, all will be reduced. Reduction in frequency. Then reduction in intensity. Previously when I used to get anger, that time things used to fly in. Very intense. I shout at people. And eyes become red. Body, sweats. And lips, I bite my lips when I am under anger. Now when an intense reduced. Now what? The kopam is very shana kopam. క్షణకోపం, ఉత్తమ కోపం ఇది. ఉత్తమ క్షణకోప స్యాత్. మధ్యమే అహోరాత్రం, పాపిష్ఠే మరణాంతకం అన్న. సో ఉత్తమ గుడ్ పర్సన్ విల్ గెట్ కోపం క్షణం, వందాను కూడా అప్పుడే పోయడం. సో దిస్ పర్సన్ ఇంటెన్సిటీ ఆల్సో రెడ్యూస్డ్, రిడక్షన్ ఇన్ ఇంటెన్సిటీ. అండ్ రికవరీ ఆల్సో, హీ రికవర్ ఫాస్ట్ ఫ్రమ్ దోస్ problems, anger or any problem, guilt or hurt, anything. Very fast he recovers, soon he recovers. Intensity reduction, frequency reduction, and recovery also, period also reduced. Fast he recover. FIR. All these principles we have to remember. Then the third benefit is Ishvara Bhakti. Sarvatra Samadarshanam. Ishvara Darshanam or Atma Darshanam. Sarva Bhutastham Atmanam. 29th shloka he says, Sarva Bhutani Chatmani Ikshate Yoga Yuktatma. He sees Atma Swarupam Ishvara in every being. Sarvatra Samadarshanaha. Equal vision, equanimous. Yomam Pashyati Sarvatra Sarvanchamai Pashyati. Tasyaham na pranashyami. Whoever sees me in everything, and whoever sees him in everything, he will never perish. He is a successful person in their life. You need not ask for success. Idella pannu avanukku success taanave vandudum. Na pranashyami. I will take care of him. Bhagavan giving guarantee card. Then ahimsa. He never hurt anyone. Atmaupamyena sarvatra samam pashyati Arjuna sukham va yadiva dukkham sayogi paramaha. He is the one who is superior yogi. Spontaneously, naturally he is following non-violence. Never hurt anyone deliberately. He or she cannot hurt consciously. How natural light to the sun. Light is so natural. He need not struggle to get light. Natural. Similarly, this jnani ku ahimsa not hurting others is very natural, very spontaneous. Can never hurt others. But other people are thinking this person is hurting another. They are thinking it is their problem, that not this jnani's problem. So he cannot hurt. He is not effort to hurt. He cannot hurt. He is helpless. The helplessly he serves others. And his heart becomes so tender, so smooth, because he sees in everything himself. How can he hurt himself or herself? Because when he sees everyone as himself or herself, how is it possible? It is not possible. Jnani is one who feels so painful. If anybody is worrying, suffering, he is the one who feels so much painful. His heart or heart is so much painful, because as though that pain has come to that person. Natural it is. Then Tattvanishtaha bhavati, another phalam. Fifth benefit, Tattvanishtaha bhavati, aware of his Brahma Swarupam all the time. Tattvanishtaha. Then another important phalam Lord Krishna said, Dukkha Samyoga Viyoga. He detached himself from the attachment of sorrow. He detached Dukkha Samyoga Viyogam bhavati. Detachment with the attachment of sorrow. Dukkha Samyoga Viyoga is the phalam. Now, another next fifth topic is Dhyana Vignaha. That he has not highlighted much here. Only one he said, but other obstacles also I have already pointed out. Arjuna asked the question from 33 and 34, Arjuna's questions. Yoyam yogas tvaya proktaha samyena madhusudana tasyaham nigraham manye Etasyaham na pashyami chanchalatva sthitim sthiram. Hey Krishna, I don't see any very, very closely also I am not able to see. My mind can be controlled. My mind can be disciplined. Chanchalam. Chanchalam hi manah Krishna. Pramadhi balavadridham. Vayoriva sudushkaram. It is so difficult in 34 shloka. Tasyaham nigraham manye vayoriva sudushkaram. It is like forcefully stopping the movement of the air. Stopping the mind or disciplining the mind, mastering the mind is like stopping the movement of the air. That much difficult I feel. Yes, Lord Krishna says in the 35 he gives answer. Asamshayam mahabaho, no doubt. Asamshayam, no doubt. Mano durnigraham chalam. I agree with you, but abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihyate. Nanu difficult illa easy nu sollaliye nanu. I did not say that it is easy, but I never said it is impossible. I never said it is easy, but I never said it is impossible. It is possible, but difficult. But abhyasa, practice. Practice makes you perfect. Vairagyam. Vairagya means dosha darshanam in all worldly objects, limitations, parichinnatvam, vyadhi, jara, maranam, every object is limited, parichinnam, finite in its nature. See the dosha in the world. How can you develop attachment towards them? Vairagyam, you develop dosha darshanam. So, abhyasa, vikshepa is the problem. He gives that vikshepa in the next shloka, 38. The 36, 35 only, he says, reaction in others' behavior. When I react towards others' behavior, it is the sign of my restlessness. It is the sign of vikshepa. A distracted mind, a restless mind, a disturbed mind always react towards others' behavior, but a calm mind never reacts. It only acts, never reacts. Reacting towards others' behavior is called samsara. Samsara is nothing but I react in provoked situations towards others' person's behavior. If I am calm and quiet, I am a yogi in artham. Adida samsara. Reaction is called samsara. Action is called asamsaram anartham. What are the other obstacles? You make a sankalpa. Okay, make sankalpa, give auto suggestion, do pranayama. The restless mind, vikshepama, the mind is vacillating, moving here and there. You do pranayama, sankalpa, auto suggestion. These are the remedies. Nidra also. Avoid overeating. Nidra is one of the obstacles in the meditation time. So stop, avoid overeating, avoid over fasting, avoid overworking. With this, jnana pratibandhas are over. Even rasaswadanam, laya is sleep. Rasaswadanam means never be addicted to meditation. Never be addicted to meditation. Pannave mata, pannitana addict aidva. Never be addicted to meditation. Moderately meditation also moderately. Sixth topic is, again Arjuna asked, not connected to this chapter subject matter, but it is a different topic entirely. Yoga bhrashtaha vishayaha. Arjuna asked, Arjuna has got a diffidence mind. If I am not able to achieve this in this janma, it is not possible for me. Suppose the next janma, what will happen to me? Then Krishna answers, Ayati shraddhayo petaha. Even though he is having shraddha, suppose he is not able to aprapya yoga samsiddhim, kam gatim Krishna gacchati. Hey Krishna, where he goes now? He will born in a Suchinam Srimatam Gehe Yoga Brashtaha Abhijayate. He will born in a rich family, cultured family, or he will born in a poor, wise person's family. Suchinam Gehe Dhimatam Kule Vimudhaha Brahmana Pathi. He will pick up the thread from the previous Janma. He will start his journey in this Janma. Any sadhana will never go waste. Therefore, Krishna Bhagavan says, in this Janma, he will not go to lower lokas, he will not perish, he will go to higher lokas for some time and he will come back and he will take a nice Janma and he will get Jnanam. அதனால கிளாஸுக்கு வந்து படிச்சா என்ன வரும்? எய்தர் இன் திஸ் ஜென்மா யூ வில் கெட் ஜீவன் முக்தி ஆர் நெக்ஸ்ட் ஜென்மா ஷூர். ஐ எம் நாட் டெல்லிங், ஐ எம் டெல்லிங் திஸ் ஜென்மா இட் செல்ஃப் யூ வில் கெட். இஃப் யூ ஃபீல் நோ சுவாமினி, ஐ ஃபீல் okay, next ஜென்மா definitely you will get, Lord Krishna says. So therefore, prapya punyakritan lokan ushitva shashvati samaha. He goes to higher lokas and come back. Tatra buddhi samyogam labhate paurvadehikam. Previous janmas that brought forward, incompleted, not completed sadhana, he completes in this janma. Yatatecha tato bhuyaha. Helplessly he is drawn to the scriptural classes, attracted towards Swamini, attracted towards scriptures. வீட்டில் இருந்தால் கூட மனசெல்லாம் அங்கே இருக்கும் சுவாமி என்னென்ன அதுதான். தத்திர புத்தி சம்யோகம் லபதே பௌர்வதேகிகம். Therefore, hey Arjuna, prayatnat yatamanastu yogi samshuddha kilbishaha. By doing this practice in this janma, he will become pure and he will get knowledge in this janma. So, karmibhyashchadhiko yogi, he says in the 39 and up to 47, Karma yogi, Upasana yogi, Shramana yogi, Manana yogi, all these yogis are inferior when you compare to Jnana yogi. Jnana yogi is adhikaha. So, Karma yogi, Upasana yogis are all inferior, they are all only intermediate stages. With this, Lord Krishna concludes. Now, what are the important shlokas also I will give. Shloka number 3, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 23, 31. All these are very, very important shlokas. There are other important shlokas also are there, but every day if we read this chapter, it helps us to get Jnana Nishtha. So with this, we conclude the 6th chapter. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.